Welcome back. So today we're going to be working on word problems for systems. So let's go ahead and just jump right in and read the word problem. It says, two groups of friends ordered tacos and burritos from a restaurant. One group orders 7 tacos and 4 burritos. So just to give you a visual, that is their fabulous tacos and burritos. And it did cost them $51. Well, now another group ordered 9 tacos and 5 burritos, and it cost them $65. So just to give you a visual, these are the two groups. One group ordered 7 tacos, 4 burritos, costing them $51, and the other group purchased 9 tacos, 5 burritos, and it cost them $65. Our goal right now is we need to figure out how much it costs for every taco and every burrito. So first what we're going to do is we're going to think, using our common sense, if I just wanted to figure out how much the tacos cost by itself, what would I have to do? Well, think about it. If you were at Taco Bell, for example, and you ordered, you wanted to order X amount of tacos, first you have to consider the price, correct? The second you consider the price, you have to think, how many tacos do you want? Once you've decided if you want to figure out how much it's going to cost you, all you're going to have to do is you're going to have to multiply the number of tacos times the price of the tacos, and that's what's going to give you the total for just the tacos on its own. So, how did the first group spend $51? Well, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take the price of the tacos and you multiply it by the number of tacos that they ordered. But let's notice, they didn't just buy tacos, they also wanted to buy burritos. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with burritos. We're going to add the number of burritos times the price of the burritos. So if you think about it, you're taking what's it going to cost for all the tacos, what's it going to cost for all the burritos, and that's what's going to give you the $51. But now, let's look at the other order. The second group spent $65, so we're going to have to break down how did they spend $65. Please note that they ordered the same type of items. They ordered tacos and they ordered burritos. They just ordered a different amount. So the same thing is still going to apply. You're going to go ahead and take the number of tacos, multiply it by the price of the tacos, just so we can figure out how much it's going to cost for the tacos alone. And then let's consider the burritos that they also wanted. So you're going to add the number of burritos times the price of burritos. So in this case, the second group spent $65, so it should equal 65. But now that we have written it in words that we can understand, we're going to go ahead and use variables to represent the stuff that we don't know, so we can create an equation and therefore create a system that we could eventually solve. So in this case, what's something that we do know? Please understand that we do know the amount of tacos that the group purchased, and we also know the number of burritos that they purchased. So that is not going to be our variable. But what we don't know is the what we don't know is the price of the tacos and the price of the burrito. So that's going to be our variable. We're going to go ahead and have T count as the price of the tacos, and we're going to let B represent the price of the burritos. Please, I'm going to stress that it's not the number of tacos, we already know that, and it's not the number of burritos, because we already know. We're actually focusing on the price of the tacos. So in this case, if you can take a look, it says the number of tacos we already know, so we're going to go ahead and put 7. We don't know the price of the tacos, so we're going to go ahead and put T. So for the second part, it says the number of burritos. We know that it's 4. And then we don't know the price of the burrito, so we're going to go ahead and put B, and it should equal 51. So that is my first equation. Now I'm going to go ahead and look at the second equation that I'm going to create. First it says the number of tacos. So hopefully if you look at the second group, it does say 9. So I'm going to go ahead and plug 9 there. The price of the tacos, again, I don't know it. So I'm going to go ahead and put T. I'm going to put plus the number of burritos. In this case, it's 5 burritos. And I'm going to multiply it by B because I'm multiplying it by the price, which I don't know at this moment. And it's going to equal 65. So my equation is going to be 9T plus 5B equals 65. Perfect. I just created a system for myself. So what I'm going to do now is If you look at it, hopefully you know that you're not going to use the substitution method because none of the terms has a coefficient of 1 or -1. And if you watch some of my other videos, I stress the idea that if you're going to isolate a variable, it should have a coefficient of 1 or -1 because it won't create fractions. And we personally do not want to work with fractions because it's going to make it a little more difficult. So what is my other option? Well, there's something called the elimination method, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. First, I have to ask myself, should I eliminate the t's or should I eliminate the b's? If I wanted to eliminate the t's, the lowest common multiple between 7 and 9 would be 63, which would mean I would have to manipulate the first equation by a -9, I'm sorry, and I would have to manipulate the second equation by a 7. So that's my one option. And if I wanted to eliminate the b's, I would have to think, what is the lowest common multiple between a 4 and a 5? And the correct answer would be 20, which means I would go ahead and multiply the first equation by a -5, and I would have to multiply the second equation by a +4. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and do what I think is going to be the easiest, and I would have to say getting rid of the b's would be the best choice for me. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply the first equation by a -5 in order to get my 4b to become a 20b. Then I'm going to go ahead and multiply and change the equation into -35t minus 20b equals -255. And for the second equation, in order for them to truly eliminate one another, I'm going to have to keep it a +4. And that's going to change it to 36t plus 20b equals 260. Notice now I could go ahead and eliminate my b's, which is exactly what I wanted, leaving me with t equals 5. So right now you can technically answer part of your question. If you remember, t is representing the price of tacos. So at this point I can say every single taco costs $5. From the statement t equals 5. But we're not done yet. We don't care just about tacos by itself. We want to know how much the burritos cost as well. So I'm going to have to continue on and substitute it into one of the two original equations. I'm going to plug in a 5 for t. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into the first equation because the coefficients seem a little bit smaller and I think it will be easier for me. I'm going to plug it in for t, making sure I have parentheses, leaving me with 35 plus 4b equals 51. I have to get rid of my coefficient, I have to get rid of my constant first, leaving me with 4b equals 16. Very last step is to get rid of your coefficient, which is dividing by 4, and b equals 4. So again, what does b represent in this case? If you refer back to your key, b represents the price of the burritos, which means every single burrito cost $4. So my final answer would have to be every taco costs $5 and every burrito costs $4. So as my final sentence, I would say each taco is $5 and each burrito is $4. I hope this helps, but if not, go ahead and continue to comment or see me before or after school. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.